Our special guest who's going to present the X39 to you. Her name is Dr. Jen Osullivan. So Dr. Jen is unmuting and she's about ready to go. But let me tell you, hey, Dr. Jen, I'm glad you're here. I want to tell you, Dr. Jen is a doctor of naturopathy. She's really amazing. We've gotten to become good friends. I got to know Jen really well, and Diane and I, my wife and I, had dinner with her at a leadership event just here a while back, and got to spend hours and hours talking about so many different things. And this lady she impressed my socks off in every phase of life. And she's the author of over 60 books. She has 10 that were bestsellers. She knows what she's doing in regards to the human body. She's also an elite senior presidential director in this company, which is the highest level or the highest income rank in this company as well. So Dr. Jen Osullivan is a wellness expert. And so Dr. Jen is going to take over right here. She knows exactly what to do. So she's going to tell you guys all about her story and the X39 patch. Dr. Jen, it's all yours.
Thank you so much, Danny. I'm so excited to be here, and thank you all for having me. I am, like you said, a doctor of naturopathy. Everybody pronounces it different. I feel like the East Coast people pronounce it a little different than we do here. But I'm also an herbalist and all sorts of things. So what I've done is just studied health and wellness, and infrared therapy, red light therapy is one of my modalities. And a friend of mine said, "Hey, we have these patches." And I didn't know, I was like, that sounds ridiculous. Like, you don't have to plug it in. And I basically said, just fine, send me some, because I trusted her, right? I said, I'll buy I'll buy a sleeve. So I bought the sleeve, got it here, wore it for half a day on Friday, Saturday all day. By Sunday, I had zero inflammation. It was the craziest thing ever, because I've been that person that wakes up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom hunched over like a 90-year-old because my body is like atrophied in the sleeping position on the side. And I just was so overwhelmed by it. So I started telling people and just decided, I'm going to keep moving forward, keep learning about it. And as an educator, I need to know all the things. So I'm kind of one of the weird people that has read all the studies and has been able to pull all the information out for you guys so that you're not getting incorrect information, but you're getting correct information. So I'm going to share with you tonight, if you'll let me, just a few minutes of of a presentation that I do. We do these 3 times a week. And so what I'm just going to do here is share my screen, and we are going to just dive right in, if you're okay with just giving me a couple minutes of your time. So we're going to talk about the X39 patch, because this is the change all. This is the thing that has helped my inflammation. It helped my vision as well. I have an astigmatism. I had an astigmatism. You can't cure an astigmatism, right? There's no known thing for that to reverse. My astigmatism is completely reversed. So I have no more football shaped eyes. That's huge, because I'm a mountain biker and a snowboarder, and we're downhillers. So all that vibration causes some sight problems. But it's wild. Same with Danny. Like, I can see in the car now. I don't have to wear glasses at a movie. I don't have to wear them watching TV, like all the crazy things. That is so amazing. But to see my skin clear up, my skin look better and less wrinkly, to have my hair grow back after the crazy stuff that happened a few years ago, to see things that just happen, right, to all of my clients. And what happened was, as I got all my clients on these, it became this issue of, I realized this was such a game changer that I had to decide whether or not to keep clients that didn't want to go on this. And I decided not to. So I had to fire a few clients. We have a massive, huge concierge program anyways, but I had to fire a few people to say, I'm sorry, if you're not willing to do this, because this is such a game changer, everyone who comes to see me must be on these patches. So just a quick disclaimer, I know they already showed this one, but I am a brand partner with LifeWave, and we aren't trying to diagnose or treat anything, but the aging process, how crazy it is. We're going to breeze through some of these slides so you can take screen grabs of them, but just know that, like, we decline rapidly. We have these healing cells in our body. At the age of 20, we have over 1 billion of these healing cells that helps you regenerate all the time, right? And so when we age, by 30, it's 60. Now, I turned 51 this month. So most 50-year-olds are at 75% decline. They're operating on 25% of their healing cells. And if you're at your 60s, you have hardly any left, right? If you're in your 80s, forget about it. You have 2 of these cells left. But I want you to know, part of the thing with this is to help you understand why this works so well. So this product is actually going to help it's actually clinically proven to produce younger, healthier cells. And this is something to understand that is unlike anything else on the planet. Nobody has this product and nobody will have this product. We have to understand that this is an FDA recognized and compliant general wellness product. It's non-transdermal and non-invasive. That means it's not actually going into your skin. Like if you wear a nicotine patch, you've got, there's other patches out there that say, oh, we give you guys like this GHKCU patch, and it's nothing, you guys. It's literally a transdermal patch that is putting a supplement into your body. I want you to understand something about that. That doesn't work because your body doesn't recognize it. What your body recognizes is your own human peptides. So that's what this is creating. And that's what's so like monstrously amazing about this. And so this thing internally is amino acids and salts. The sugar, when you hear someone say it's made out of sugar, that's the brown patches for a different patch, so don't worry about those. But all of that nanocrystal technology is embedded on a fabric disc, and so we'll get into how that works in just a minute. But this is patented technology, and I need you to hear this. This is so important. LifeWave has actually achieved something that no one else on the planet has been able to achieve in the field of regenerative science and medicine. So much so that we're kind of being watched all the time. Okay, so just know that. It's insane how amazing these things work. So what is red light therapy? How does it work? We have to remember that these patches, instead of going to say a infrared therapy or red light therapy session, you actually wear these on your person for 12 hours during the day. So I get to walk around. I have 5 patches on right now, and I get to walk around, and they're different things, but I've got my X39 on the back of my neck. I get to walk around with these 5, my phototherapy happening for the 12 hours during the day. And then I have some at night, right? I've got my little Alavita night patches here. So, just different things at night. We don't even have that many products, but we focus on X39. Why? Because this is the game changer. The other ones are not game changers. This is the game changer. So this is something to understand, that this is working with continuous low light infrared therapy, kind of like how when the sun hits your skin and then it signals your body to produce vitamin D. Now we know that the vitamin D from a supplement is not as bioavailable, meaning your body can't readily use it as easily as it can if it made its own vitamin D. So this is the same thing here. This is actually combining amino acids and copper into a workable, usable peptide that will create younger, healthier cells. And so it just works with infrared light. And that's just how it works. So, infrared light isn't a real thing. We are made out of infrared light. So it's really cool. So these are just some of the benefits. Just know that this is going to do a lot for you, and each person is different. So we don't actually know what's exactly going to happen to you, but we do know in the beginning, these younger, healthier cells begin to proliferate and increase and grow rapidly. So you start feeling better. You start feeling almost like, wow, I got my energy back. And then you get this weird brain clarity that kind of comes over you. You start getting this strength and stamina that's wild, like, oh, I could kind of feel like I could jog again, that kind of thing. But then if you continue to use this, and a lot of people will say you should use this for, anywhere from maybe 1 month per decade of life. I don't really like saying that, because somebody that's in their 40s, usually they'll err on the low side and be like, I only need it for 4 months. That's an incorrect. I've been on this for 2 years, and literally I'm not going to go off of this. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. If you really understand how this works, you'd want to stay on it. Okay, but understand this, that you really should be giving it a good try of 6 to 12 months. Every human on the planet should be giving this a 6 to 12 month try. If you have a lot of chronic issues, a lot of things going on, you probably are going to be at that 12-month mark. So just be aware of that. It's real important to know. You're just going to wear it behind your neck or below your navel. You're going to apply it to clean, dry skin in the morning. You're going to wear it for up to 12 hours before you discard it. You're going to repeat the next day with a brand new patch. I want you to do something for me, though. That's drinking plenty of clean, pure water. The reason for that is because our cells need to be able to communicate, and they can't communicate without being properly hydrated. So the proper hydration rate, and this is so important that you guys hear me, because it's not half your body weight in ounces like everybody says. It's 4 to 5 ounces per half an hour. So every 30 minutes, you need to be drinking some water. So it's been about 15 minutes now. I'll take a sip of water. I could take 2 sips of water every 15 minutes. I could take 3 sips of water every 20. So just try and figure out what 4 to 5 ounces is. But every 30 minutes, if you go beyond 30 minutes, your body starts to dehydrate. And that is just the way it goes. Because if you drink 16 hours thinking that's going to last you for an hour, it's not. Only 4 to 5 ounces absorbs, and the rest you urinate out, and then you're dehydrated. So every 30 minutes, you got to get at least 4 to 5 hours, 4 to 5 ounces in. And then we want to really consider potassium, magnesium, things like that. These are important elements, electrolytes, so that you don't get headaches, you don't get blood pressure issues. These are things that people are so unhealthy. When phototherapy starts to happen and the little mitochondria start to activate, we really do need to understand that hydration and electrolytes are the key to mitigating any issues. So I'm not going to go over all this, but just know that the patches are going to go to work where needed most. And I want you guys to just push through. Know that if you're tired, it's working. But if you're tired past a week, you're actually electrolyte imbalance.